Welcome back, everyone, to Two Engineers Play. Today we'll be doing a more proper review of Iron Rebellion. We tried to do a little stream of that on Friday. Had some technical difficulties.
Uh, they said the gameplay so fucking loud now.
First, you guys couldn't hear the gameplay at all, and now it's too loud. Make up your minds.
Does that sound more reasonable? Shit, now I can hardly hear you.
Don't worry, I can yell. The join Discord button down there. I'm sorry.
I think that's maybe... Yeah, that's going to take me... yep, took me out of the app. I think that's... Threat detector, what? So yeah, this game's a new mech suit fighter game. You get to run, jump, gun. So today what I'm going to be doing is just doing a little review, do some combat, show off some of the different suits, give my thoughts on how they perform, give my thoughts on the different weapons and the displays, and hopefully convince you guys to get this game when it comes out. So enjoy. Not necessarily up in front of me, but alright, so it always starts you in this screen so you can kind of calibrate your controller height and get the controller layout. I'm hoping it doesn't do that in the final release, that it just kind of remembers your preferences. This is alpha, so you can start by controlling the height. I got this set to my game chair height, so that works out perfectly. And it takes a minute to get to the next screen, so you can grip your joysticks with your lower buttons, the middle finger buttons. You turn your mech by rotating your right hand. It's a pretty neat concept, definitely feels pretty good when you're actually in combat or moving around. Movement of the mech is controlled by the left analog stick, and jump is the left trigger. As it shows on the button. Shooting, like every game, left trigger, and to reload is down on the right analog stick. So first time I played this game, I kind of just blew through this and didn't really know what I was doing, and it was a little unintuitive, but after I kind of got the hang of it, it actually works pretty good. So selecting your guns, left on the right analog is your left rifle, right is your right rifle, and up is both. Seems to make sense. It makes it pretty for easy changing during combat. So here, this is kind of your main hub. You get to see your mech up here. Looks pretty good. You got a nice little pin-up of Miss January. Looks like some posters. Can't really tell what's going on there. I like the rugged look of this console. I'm not crazy about the panel here. I'm hoping the digital look of it will either be improved or maybe it'll go to some sort of mechanical setup with actual buttons you can press. Here for the alpha, they have 3 different classes of suits. You got your light, middle, and heavy. Oh, it actually does change that now. So that's your light class mech, that's your medium, and that's your heavy mech. So, okay, I don't know if that's just been updated since I played it Friday, but that didn't seem to change anything, so that'll be interesting to review. Right now you have 3 types of weapons. You got your ballistic rifle, your laser rifle, which still seems to be a work in progress, and your rocket launcher. Rocket launcher shoots 4 rockets that lock on automatically. Your ballistic rifle just shoots ballistics, and the laser rifle is a laser weapon, obviously. So far a little glitchy. The laser will kind of cut out every once in a while. You'll probably see some of that because I like to use it. So I like the rocket launcher on the left and the laser on the right. And we'll just dive right on into wave survival mode. Give this a test run. This load time's pretty fast. When you start out, this is the kind of suit you got at any point in time. You can hit the buttons down there to raise and lower your dash. You don't get to look around the mech too much, as far as actually like looking. I can't look down to see further down the ground. All I can do is move my left analog stick to, or my left hand, my right hand, to show where the cursor is going to go, crosshairs. All the menus on the inside, they seem to be stand-ins so far. I'm hoping that they make some changes to that and add some new things in there. You've got your ammo count on the far sides over near your actual weapons. Got a AI bot chasing me around right now. So far with this heavy, oh, okay, all right. Heavy suit seems to, ooh, really got some up there. Heavy suit seems to take a little longer to take off than what the light suit was showing me on Friday. Let's say I really like this map. I'm hoping that it'll actually show some elevation change when the actual game comes out. Maybe if an enemy's up high, that triangle will actually like move up that column. But it does a pretty good job of showing you where your enemies are. So I really wish the right hand would actually move rather than it being stable. Kind of seems to defeat the purpose to me of having it as a touch controller or a 3D controller. I think it would be pretty cool to have the right and the left both snap to each arm so that you can move them independently. I don't know if that would be harder or easy. I mean, I think it definitely would add some complexity to aiming. Currently, if you want to take your hands off the controller anytime you hit your middle finger button, right now the hands don't really do anything. I'm hoping to see some flexibility in the hands like you would get in other AI games or 3D games, or VR. It does kind of, when you go up to hit the buttons, it'll kind of change. Currently these buttons don't seem to do anything. Hoping those would. That'd be cool if you could interact with anything in the suit. I don't really know the point of it during combat. It's not like you just be like, hey, I'm gonna open this up. But it would be cool to see. You can quit the windows or abandon the map and return to your main hub by hitting any of these buttons. You have to hit the left trigger to hit those. It seems you can. Let's see what we get here. Alright, change the beautiful, good. This is fastest. I did notice a little bit of jump when jumping to fastest. I'm assuming that means there will be a graphics drop and it'll favor frame rate. I like the fantastic. I mean, I played it Friday. Granted, it's only single player, so I'm assuming that there will be some changes when it goes into multiplayer. But let's get into the combat, shall we? Alright. Your rocket blows its load in one go, so you have to hit down to reload. You can actually see a little bit of loading animation over there. You can switch at any time to just one weapon. Laser's pretty nice, I think, as long as you can keep it on target. The heavy suit does seem to be a little less responsive than the light suit was being when I was reviewing that on Friday. And part of the work in progress with the laser is currently it does not doesn't have any reload animation. It doesn't seem to have any effect on ammo. I'm not sure if it now there's the kind of glitch that you get, that it just kind of stops shooting. So I switch over to the rocket launcher, make sure to clear them up. It'd be nice to see if my laser, alright, laser does come back, so it does seem to have a recharge rate. Let's see if I just, alright, so you see how it kind of closed up and that's when the laser went away. So I'm assuming that it will come back when it has recharged. Still focusing on it, not seeing it do anything. Reloading over there. Huh. Okay, so it just seems to, no indication that the laser is recharged. I guess it just takes a little bit of time, more than anything. It would be interesting. One thing that they have not seemed to have programmed into this game so far is any sort of, oh, I guess it's actually right there in front. They do actually down there, right above the map, have your armor and health rating. I'm assuming that's what the red bar is, but I am noticing now that the right, or that the blue, I just lost all my armor there, so now I'm taking damage to my health, and I assume that's what the extra little beep sound is. It'd be really nice to have, oh, need to reload. It'd really be nice to have some sort of visual indication that my armor is depleted and that I'm losing. Okay, I'm seeing some sparks now. That might have been an update since Friday. It was not doing that. Still would like to see the glass getting cracked. I'm not seeing that. I see a couple little diagonal lines. I'm getting additional noise, which is good. So I can tell that the suit is actually getting damaged. It seems that armor will replenish over time. How much, I'm not sure. We'll find out. Maybe. Maybe not, because I'm getting hit a bunch. Flight mechanic works pretty good. I do get a little bit of motion sickness. Oh, seem to be stuck in it. I don't think we're gonna make it, guys. Yep. Took my hand off the controller. And we go down. So I'd like to see a little bit more. I like how the screen kind of goes black when you get shot down, but would be nice to see a little bit more when that happens. Explosion's a nice little touch. We'll just go into practice mode just to kind of view how the different classes work. Alright, so this is the light mech suit. This is just practice mode. Two ballistic rifles, kind of nice. I found that I kind of liked the laser and rocket launcher combo. But, so this is kind of how the... Once they get going, the two suits do seem to kind of move the same. But this is much more responsive when changing directions. I'm not sure if you can notice, and I'll review it here in practice mode again, but the heavy suit is just, if you want to stop and back up, it takes a good little bit. But this is pretty responsive when it comes to moving around. So that's nice. You're going to be able to get different in gameplay styles. And it does seem that the jump flight mechanism is much more responsive with the light suit, which makes sense. If it's not as heavy, it's going to fly better. Yeah, that's that suit. We'll go ahead and switch over to the medium or mid-range. Alright, this is the mid-class suit. Starting off, still seems kind of the same. Seems a little slower than the light suit, which makes sense, but it definitely seems to have good speed. Takeoff is a bit slower. Definitely don't seem to get up as high. Should definitely in all suits be able to get up to this platform, and then obviously you can make the jump there. It does seem that if you time your jumps just right, you can get an extra little boost. Let's see how this does going from full tilt to backing up. Yeah, definitely noticeable decrease, but not terrible if you needed to all of a sudden change directions. Yeah, I mean, to be expected, you're going from a light suit to a mid-range suit, so you're going to see some dampen in... What word am I looking for? You're going to see a degradation of your performance. There we go. That's the word we'll go with. Would be nice to see how the armor rating stacks. I'm not sure. You see when I'm jumping, you've got, that's kind of your fuel gauge. I'm curious to see what the additional bars are to the side of that. I've not been able to figure out what those are all about. But yeah, we'll jump over to the heavy suit and we'll give that a performance run. Oh, no, don't hit that button. I don't want to quit the whole game. I just want to abandon the map. Alright, test run 3 with the heavy mech suit. Definitely a lot slower to start. The light suit took right off. The mid suit definitely a little slower than light, but it took off pretty well. This from full standstill, it takes a minute to really get up to speed. And also definitely not as fast. Felt like the mid-class suit could top out around the same speed. At least that's how it felt. But this one's definitely a good bit slower, but I would assume the armor rating is a lot higher. So coming down to full stop, That takes some time. We'll give that full speed again and go to full reversal. Alright, we're gonna go full reversal. I mean that takes some time. If maneuverability is your is how you like to do these kinds of games, then heavy suit is probably not for you. Takeoff time definitely a lot longer. Still get the same little boost jump if you boost into a corner. Seems like once it does take off, you get kind of the same speed as the other suits, but by that point in time, you've already gone through most of your fuel. Strafing is also pretty slow, so it's overall less responsive than any other two suits, but that's also to be expected. I think we're all big boys and girls and kind of know that's how mass works. Random map. Alright, so we'll take we'll go into wave mode and just see how the armor does in each one. Really just gonna walk up to each suit or enemy suit and just tank all the hits and see how many hits it takes. As soon as it shows where they're at. 7 hits on armor. 6. Looks like 7's gonna be it. Alright, so we took 7 hits on light, so looks like we're going to take 11 for armor. Alright, so 11. I'm going to assume that the same format will be for heavy. 14. Alright, so not as much difference going from medium to heavy. So my comment would be, if you want the best of both worlds in terms of speed and armor, I would go with the mid-class. Your jump from light to mid armors, it's getting you a change of 4 from 7 to 11, and then you're only getting 2 additional hits. I mean, granted, in the long run, it's 4 additional hits when you count for the health, but honestly, I think mid-class is the way to go. You got decent maneuverability, almost the same top speed as light class. Your jump is more responsive, and heavy, you're just not in the heavy class, you're just not getting the same kind of trade-off for speed to armor rating. So yeah, overall I think it's a fun game. Would definitely like to see some different displays. I think they're touting this as a customizable game, so not sure about this screen if this will be customizable, but it'd be nice to see if you can customize the way your suit looks inside and out. I'd like to see different variations on the weapons. When I was playing Friday, the ballistics rifle seemed a little underpowered compared to the 2, but today when I was using the 2 ballistics rifles at the same time, they definitely seemed to get the job done fast enough. I think if I was going ballistics rifle, I'd go 2 ballistics rifles versus the laser and rocket launcher can kind of be mix and match. I did not like on Friday having the one ballistics rifle paired up with the rocket launcher. Just didn't seem like the ballistics rifle was doing much. I found myself relying pretty heavily on the rocket launcher. But yeah, a little more interactivity with the inside of the cockpit. A little bit of display here getting improved. Overall fun game. I'd really like to see where they would go. Iron Rebellion, like you saw there at the beginning, is by Black Beach Studio. Links will be in the description. I think they're a new development company, so definitely give them a check out and check this game out. Dropped Friday on the 16th, so alpha is up. You can get it on Steam, and for right now it's just AI bots, but they do plan to bring out multiplayer, so I would definitely be getting this game when it comes out, and hope to see you out there on the battlefield. Bye everybody.